Traders, good morning, and welcome to this live trading webinar for one more time. How is everyone doing today? How is your morning or your afternoon? Depends where you are in the world, in which country. For our fellows in Australia, we have to say good evening, and to our Asian friends, good afternoon. For the rest of us, just good morning, it's fine. So, as usual, this content is for general information only and is not intended to provide any trading or investment advice or either personal recommendation. Thank you so much for understanding this. So, let's share the screen so we can read the news for today. Early this morning in China, industrial production expected to rise from 1.3% to 2.6%, but it rose only to 2.4%. Still much better number compared to the previous, of course. Later on, it's already daylight saving in the US and Canada. So instead of 1:30 GMT time, it's going to be on the 12:30 GMT time. The major news events in the US, we have double PI 0.7% to be dropped to 0.2%. The retail sales in the US from 3% to drop to minus 0.3%. Traders, if you listen to the podcast on Monday or yesterday, you will be aware of all this, and you will anticipate some trading possible setups as I explained it on the podcast. Japanese yen trade-off balance later on tonight or early morning tomorrow, depends on the time zone. 3496.6 billion Japanese won, -3 to -1. So considerably bullishness for the Japanese yen. As we know, or as I mentioned many times, Japan is one of the major importers in the world. It's first or second country with the highest amount of imports. So for this reason, they mainly trying to keep the value of the Japanese won as low as possible in order to make it also easier for the exporters when they send goods and stuff in Japan. So, any comments so far? Nothing? Today's top headlines: Fed to consider tougher rules to mid-size banks after Secret Valley Bank signature failures. Silicon Valley Bank's tougher rules. No, that's the same one. Silicon Valley Bank creditors form group in advance of possible bankruptcy. Russian jet collides with US drone over Black Sea. Prudential 2022 operating profit rose on strategic repositioning. OpenAI rolls out updated version of viral chatbot ChatGPT. And that's it. That's all. So I think it's time to move on to the MetaTrader platform. And yes, let's start with the pound against the US dollar, of course. Some of you asked, where can you find the the podcast. Okay, I'll share with you in a second. So, let's go back. 1 second, guys. Traders room. Okay, I will find it, and I will find it later, and I will share it with you. Okay. So, JBP, US dollar. Yesterday we talked about this area of support can hold for some pullback or some correction. Market is trying to tap in. If this breakout will be a sustained breakout, then definitely we want to see some sort of rejection around this area. If we go down to the 1 hour chart, nothing here. Euro US dollar daily, we rejected, we tapped in quite nicely in this area of support in this zone. Since then, the market start trading higher. What can we expect today based on this price action pattern? Look, when we see a hammer, a bullish hammer in the within, when we are quite well in an uptrend, best way to describe it, it's considered more as a reversal signal. Now, do we start shorting? No, of course not. That's correct. We don't want to start shorting. What we want to do is to short is we want to find a strong area of resistance and then to start taking short positions, right? But when we see this pattern print in the middle of the chart, it's just better to stay aside, just to move to another currency pair. Yeah. It doesn't mean because there is something that we understand, we can explain it. It means we have to start trading it as well. No, it doesn't go like that. Okay. USD CHF. After this support, looks like the market is forming a double bottom, at least temporarily. We can identify this as a strong area of support. Okay. Australian dollar against the US dollar. This is an area of resistance, as I marked it last week, and we do expect market to stop and reverse in this area. Kiwi. If I say again nothing with the Kiwi, then Rumen maybe will start throwing like you hate Kiwi as well, like the WTI, yeah. But that's not the case. The case is just if I really don't see a technical pattern and I cannot at the least validate something with maybe some fundamentals, then I'm really not interested to even think about that. But let's say we want to go on the weekly charts. So find some strong support, some strong resistance. You can see, guys, that this one, it's a bit of mess. The area we can identify, there's a strong resistance. It's this one here. And really, that's pretty much what it is. with this currency pair. Makes lower highs, lower lows, double top here, confirm on the break. So let's say that it's a double top. Okay, here is a technical pattern for you. From the broken neckline to the highest of the double top, it's 350 pips. So 350 pips, wow. It's exactly like the minimum target. It's exactly at this area here, exactly at the bottom of this area. So we can look, but that's for higher time frame traders. Okay, we can start looking for shorts here. That's a nice candlestick price action, inside candle after an uptrend. Find some resistance around the previous highs plus the 50-day moving average. I assume some reversal here on the 4-hour chart, a nice double top here. So maybe we can see some nice continuation to the downside. How much is the distance? 50 pips, 120. For the weakness of the QE, okay, I'll have a look later to maybe place this trade here. Moving on, USD Canadian dollar. At this support, the market held above the support yesterday. On the 4-hour chart, though, we have this bullish rejection with this long tail. We do expect more strength to come. So really, from the technical point of view, we can identify some US dollar strength. Okay, if traders want to get involved with this, we can place maybe a buy stop orders here, or we can even buy based on this strength of this double bottom here. Our stop loss, basically all stop losses can be placed below this area here and take profits. If it's not going to be a position trading, take profits can be placed right at the top. Moving on, USD, JPY. That's very, very difficult pair. So if we, but I really don't have, the only technical clue I have, it's around this area. If the market will visit this area of resistance and stays and reject it, then I'll maybe look to sell it with stop losses to go above. If we're going to enter on 4-hour price action, then the stop loss has to go above the 4-hour candlestick. Take profit somewhere at the bottom. Australian dollar, Japanese yen, after this support area here, if we go on the weekly chart, we can see more the support. The market is trying to push higher. So that's an okay one. Euro, Japanese yen. I have some zones here. I had, that was from last night, from yesterday's webinars. So the market now is about to revisit this area of resistance. If traders are holding buy positions, or if you guys are keen to buy this, euro is strong relatively and lately. So if we're gonna find some corrections on the lower time frame, 15 minutes, 5-minute charts, and we want to buy it, be mindful about your stop losses to be hidden below recent swings, and your take profits to at least take profits around this area of resistance, because we don't know what the market is going to do from an area of resistance, if it's going to break through or if it's going to fall backwards. With the pound really and the Japanese yen, I don't see any interesting. Right now, we are right at this resistance. If we go on the weekly chart, pretty much there is nothing that satisfied my analysis. This is a strong area of resistance here. By the end of the week, it's too early to talk about the end of the week. By the end of the week, maybe this is going to be a good support, or a strong support can be found there. CHF, JPY, we tapped in this resistance area. The market sold off, but unfortunately didn't follow through. So this resistance, let's say, can break at any time soon. Canadian dollar against the Japanese yen, from the support, it's explosive higher. So we identified some weakness in Japanese yen, right? The gold, we put this this bearish candlestick that can stop the new uptrend, at least temporarily. We can see more weakness to come in, tapped into this area of support. If we draw the FIP tool, Fibonacci retracement, 50% or 61.8% FIB retracement, it's around this area, and it matches almost very well with this recent swing. So there are two ways to play this one on the daily chart, or anyhow, it's in any time frame. Traders, you can do this. We can, in an uptrend, we can put a buy limit order exactly at 61.8%. We can put our stop loss at 78.86%. And if the market is going to come higher to touch to the last swing, then definitely it's going to give us more than 3.5 to 1 trade all the time. Okay, something I use a lot on the lower time frames, a lot, but really. And gas, the market came at this 61.8% FIB retracement, as we explained yesterday, and it didn't really, this bullish engulfing didn't really follow through. So if the US dollar is going to gain some strength today, then we're going to see some more weakness here. Question, if we are about to buy today, you mean about the end gas? So if you're talking about the end gas and you're about to buy today, I will prefer a buy stop here with a stop loss below this bullish engulfing. Or we can go to the lower time frames and we can find some order blocks like this area here. We can buy in this area here with our stop loss to go below this lower low. Crude oil. Finally, we can see some clarity here. That's a support at $70 per barrel. If we're going to break this support, we can see the market testing the $62 per barrel. Hopefully it's going to do that. Silver. Same weakness with the gold. So Bitcoin, it stopped at this resistance here. We don't know if the market is gonna rally again, to be honest. Australian dollar and the euro, or euro against the Australian dollar. This resistance here didn't hold yesterday, so the market didn't really push below. Euro, Great British Pound. This support hold nicely yesterday. Maybe some bullishness is about to come with the London Open here. Euro CAD daily. Here is the other way I play these aggressive trends. Traders, I'll tell you something and remember it. I already told you a few times so far, but maybe you forget it, or maybe you just weren't here. So, guys, in a really strong trending market, in a strong uptrend, the retracements are shallow. All right, the pullbacks are shallow. So how is possible to participate in this? Only with the buy stop orders around at the previous high. So I do have a buy stop order here. If it's going to get triggered, my stop loss is about 40 to 50 pips on this trade. So if I'm going to get triggered here, market has a high chance to rally for 320 pips until the next resistance. All right. And that's the only way I experience the strong trending markets to be traded. Because, yeah, the other thing, definitely, the other thing, if we go to the lower time frames and trying to find some double bottoms or some reversal price actions, yes, but for traders like me that they don't have the privilege of time to be every 4 hours in front of the screen in order not to miss that entry, I have to place my buy stop here at the previous swing. If you go with the line charts, maybe it's going to be more visible. No, it's not. Because we had this gap here. That's right. Euro CHF, we are expecting traders, keep that in your trading list, in your watch list. We are in a downtrend. This market finally broke to the downside. Good momentum candles. Now we are retracing back around this area. Maybe we're going to see some rejection on the 4-hour charts. On the daily charts, we can trade to the downside. Let's draw the FIB. That's a 50. That's a 60.1, 61.8%. That's the 78. Yep. We can look to trade it either way. Euro New Zealand, I told you to keep an eye on that as well, especially on the podcast, simply because the euro is very strong, the QE is very weak. And yesterday, I remember, and I think on Monday, when I say, when you see retracements, don't get scared, don't rush to sell. Wait, we are in an uptrend, we are ready to buy. All right. And I make it very clear, very, very clear to everyone. FIB retracement tool from low to high. If you traded my strategy, the trending markets, we have a buy limit orders at 61.8%. We have our stop loss just below the 78.6%. And when we make the profit, it's always 3.5 to 1. Always. That's the distance, regardless how far away it's the 61.8 with the 78.6. It's just cover. Pound Oz at this resistance. Yesterday we fall a little bit, but we'll see if today the market will decide to move to the downside a bit more. Pound CHF, nothing. Pound CAD. That's a nice candlestick price action. So after this higher high, bearish engulfing, strong bearish engulfing, what 120 pips or even 60 pips stop loss, we can try and get some ranging sell off from there. Pound New Zealand, I will not look to sell it. I will just look to buy it, but I preferred the Euro Kiwi. Australian dollar CHF. We are in this downtrend, traders. Just get ready. Any weakness to sell it. Aussie, New Zealand, both of them a bit weak. Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, just sideways, not clear. Kiwi against the CAD. Excuse me, guys. Kiwi against the CAD. Some weakness to come. Guys, I just see the time, and I think we have to go to the DAX. Sorry for that. DAX. Daily, weekly, monthly. No, I'm joking. So we have this support here. Yeah, yesterday we said that I was expecting to have some momentum to the upside, and I told you until this area here, we do expect the next selling activity to come. That's a nice support for intraday. 5-minute chart. Guys, remember where we place our stop loss and so on and so on. Okay, so let's zoom out a bit. We are here. Okay, it's quite 13 pips. This area, it's a strong area of that's a strong area. I really don't like the fact that the market is in this downtrend, really. But come on, I didn't even make it to put a sell stop. Did anyone manage to take this trade? Now it's too far away for my strategy to just buy at the market. If you guys sold from the low here, you made your your 10 points at this stage. Dow Jones 1 hour play, no trend on gas. Come on. Roman, FTSE up. I just see the 10 points got hit, but I don't know, due to spread. Now you should be in a profit if you sold that one. Guys, I just missed it today. 10. Well done. I just missed it today due to lack of speed. Okay. You took the DAX. You are fast. You're like a GAN machine, yeah. Let's have a look at the Dow Jones 1 hour daily chart. It's in this downtrend. 1 hour, oh my God, 1 hour, it's very, very mixed, very mixed. No clarity, no market bias. Only thing I can understand from the 1 hour, in the technical way, if we're going to break below this box, then there is a support here. If we're going to break above, then there is a resistance here. So that's the only thing. DAX this time. Okay, good call. Good call. As long as you guys make profits, everything is a good call. All righty. Guys, I hope you took some trade today. Again, I missed the entry because I was very slow to place the trade here. But that's okay. Tomorrow we're going to be here again. And tomorrow we're going to do it again. X-Man, hello. Which pivot level do you use in trading and what are the settings? Thanks. I use I think you have to ask from the not from the customer support of Admirals, from your account manager maybe, to tell you where you can download and install pivot in our platform. And simply the settings I change by default is the daily, but I change it to the 4-hour chart because I use them for intraday purpose. And on the 5-minute chart, it's more relevant to have the 4-hour pivot. Okay, traders, that's all from me today. I hope you enjoyed, you had some fun, and if you believe this webinar add value to you, please leave some comments after I turn it off on Zoom. Also, please give us our support with subscribes and like on the YouTube channel. It was again a privilege and honor to host this webinar for you. I hope you have a lovely day ahead. Happy trading. Well done. And I will see you tomorrow again at the same time. Thank you so much.